Hey, Bosco Braves and families. Today we are brought back together with Coach Thermo,
What's up?
and we're going to be doing some Valorant broadcasting.
This is the semifinals of the UFEA league that we're in.
Yes, it is the semifinals against Don Bosco Tech, and we have a little roster change. Matthew Parsons, who in game will be you'll see as Matthew. Actually, we're loading in here. You'll see. So today's game is on Icebox, as you can see, or the first map. This will be a two-parter.
The best of 3 series.
Best of 3 series. So we'll put out a second video showing the rest of the series. But yeah, as you can see, Matthew is on the roster instead of
Gabe So.
Gabe
And
So.
Matthew's coming from JV. He was the highest ranked player on the JV team, and is now moving up to Varsity for his debut game in the semifinals.
Yeah, it's some big shoes to fill, coming up from JV, going straight into a semifinal game, and it's all on the line here for him.
Yeah. We'll see how he does. It looks like he's playing on the more support agent on the Viper, with the rest of the team filling around that with the Sova, Jet, Reyna, and a Sage, looking like a pretty standard comp for the Icebox here.
Yeah, so Icebox is a very straightforward composition. Usually, I would say there's maybe 1 or 2 different agents, but the Sandstone, as you can see,
yeah, both teams running the exact same comp.
So, reason being is with the Sage, the Sova, and the Viper. Viper's wall, her smokes in general.
She's just a very good controller for like the geometry of the map here.
Right.
Lots of long angles that her wall can easily cover. So that's why she's usually picked.
I think the only flexible composition agent that would be removed usually is the Reyna.
Yeah, one of the duelists. And usually that's substituted out for a different duelist or maybe a Sky.
Right.
You could see a Razen there.
Right, or even another Sentinel, another KJ.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be going for an A push here on the first round. Let's see what they can do. They have the offense first, and most of these maps in Valorant are defender-sided. So if we can get a lot of rounds here on offense, we'll be looking good for the second half. Looking for an aggressive push here early on. Trying to take fights and just open up some space with the Viper wall up. Trading some shots.
Seems like the entire team is pushing together.
Very aggressive take. Matthew's getting a kill. Aiden also getting one. Looks like the plant's going down here. And Sky taking very aggressive fights here. Trying to get space for his team.
Seems like everyone's peeking the spawn because the last 2 are in the spawn. Oh!
And gets traded out. That's a great round. Only 1 dying for us at Bosco, and almost getting a flawless there.
I think for an attacking round, that's honestly, or at least pistol round, that's honestly probably one of the best conditions.
That's the best thing that could happen. And getting all the kills and getting the plant down, your eco's looking good into the next round. They only got 1 kill, so they're pretty broke. Looks like it could definitely snowball this into a second round 1.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like we're going to be forcing up Spectres and stuff, trying to get the gun advantage going into the second round. We'll hopefully get the momentum and win this too.
GT is updrafting for a quick peek.
Looks like the other team is also trying to go for aggressive plays, but quickly gets shut down by Matthew and Sky. Jason getting in there, getting traded. Matthew just running across the screen, he doesn't care. Again, taking this aggressive space outside of the site.
It's just elim after elim after elim.
Really putting a lot of pressure on the defenders here and not giving them any time to breathe here.
Seems like Aiden's making a pretty smart assumption that the Viper is going to be on the flank.
Yeah, and another round where only 1 dies.
Rounds like those where they're like 20 seconds long, that like those quick rounds, they're really mentally taxing for the other team. There's really no other way to come back from it unless
you just have to get the kills and stop them.
Yeah.
But Bosco's doing a great job in training each other out and not dying.
I think our our varsity team is a very momentum-based team.
Yeah.
If we start off pretty well, we should be able to carry ourselves throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah, and each of these players are very like mechanically gifted players. They can definitely win fights against any of the other players in the league, and they use that to their advantage and just run it down.
It seems like we're gonna be four-manning through mid.
It does look like a little switch here. Instead of the quick running it down, we have a more tactical slow walk, which gets us a kill and a gun. We have a lot of space up in mid, putting a lot of pressure on this solo on B.
2 picks on an eco is very, very good for us, especially with this Vandal upgrade from Kaysen.
Yeah, the other team's going on a full buy here, and they're already they only have 3 players now for this retake. They do catch Matthew off being a little aggressive.
Kaysen finds 2 in kitchen, loses the fight.
Have changed it around to a 3v2 now, making it a 3v1. Let's see what Sky can do here. Stuck back yellow.
I believe in him. I believe in him.
Oh, gets taken out by the Jets.
Instant karma.
It was still a good round, though. I mean, going into our bonus round, we didn't buy anything, and we got 2 of them.
It sets up a pretty good chance of winning the next round, knowing that the other team has to try and force 2 guns to get their other teammates up.
And then we're going to have a full strength buy.
And then we're going to have a full strength buy.
Thank you.
Little gun skin exchanging going.
The new champion skin. Because of the current VCT Champions tournament going on. Right?
Big tournament for Valorant happening right now. Looks like we're going to be more spread out this time, going a little bit more for default, leaning one towards B, one towards middle. A little heavy towards A, so it looks like they might try and end there.
Denying info, the Sova arrow. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's very helpful to put that pressure on the other team to know that they don't know how many are A.
Looks like Max is trying to go for a lurk here. Could possibly get one and open up the site. Have 4 stack towards A. Getting
Dang.
kicked off there. Oh, but Max gets one on the lurk. Falling for the rotate, but does get timing by there. He still has the rest of the team rotating over. Max calling that he got that pick and B could be open. Looks like they're going to try and take it anyways.
I think they have the confidence to 1v1 this Viper.
Yeah, Kaysen popping the ult here, trying to take fights.
Right.
Gets the kill there. Matthew getting aggressive here, pushing up, using his util. Gets up on the wall for a nice little off angle. Getting the kill on the stage and falling back to his team. It's a very good play there, getting that pick and leaving with his numbers.
Seems like he's going to be holding the flank while the rest of the team combats site.
He might be trying to look for a lineup here on the bombs to delay anything. Kaysen and Aiden just trying to delay. Yeah, they're the lineup.
One enemy remaining.
Kaysen getting a kill.
Enemy spotted B.
He spots the last near spike. Kaysen's going for the kill.
Interesting fight there. Kaysen gets the kill there.
He secures the rest of the round.
Another great round for Bosco.
Again, very momentum based.
Not letting them breathe at all after getting that one round one. Taking it right back, making it 3-1.
I believe that so far we haven't seen much, but Matthew looks like he's doing his job.
He looks confident. He doesn't look like there's really any pressure on him. He looks just as comfortable playing in any other game.
Right. Yeah, usually Vipers don't tend to take those fights, but as you saw in that last round,
Matthew pushing like all the way up through his through his wall and getting a kill there.
Now it seems like we're going to be leaning a lot towards A for an A push. Kaysen.
Seems like ready to flash for his team. We have all 5 leaning A.
See one cross backside, 2 backside actually.
Sky taking this aggressive, getting the wall bang thanks to the Soviet play by Max there. Lots of kills coming in, taking this aggressive space.
Reyna looking at the ground
Against the other team save round. And there you go, Sky just bulldozing through the site for his team, clearing everything out. Now what do you do as the defending team? Like you have 4 rounds against you, and it seems like you can't hold any of the sites.
It seems like the opponents need to make a decision whether or not they're going to fight or just give site, play for retake, because it looks like they lose a lot of guys to site, and then they lose a lot of guys to the retake, and they just need to make a decision. On top of the fact that our players are so mechanically gifted, as you said, that they can just decide to take fights.
Yeah.
JT's popping his ult, going in for quick contacts.
Looks like they're just trying to get aggressive here. Oh, missing some of the knives there, but still pushing forward, trying to clear space out for his team.
And this is perfect. Even though JT doesn't have a gun, he wants to take those aggro fights.
Still confident enough to take the fight and gets the kill. He's rewarded for it. Isn't getting picked off though. For 4v3, it slowed down a little bit. It looks like the other team has kind of went for more of a retake, letting some of their players get off site.
Now this is very interesting. 3 of our 4 players are playing off the site, while JT is just solo contesting it. Because I'm assuming that they're nice.
He gets another. I mean, he doesn't have a rifle, but he's still able to get these kills and delay. Again, changing up his position here, just trying
One
to stay
enemy
unpredictable.
remaining.
Might throw from a different angle and keep moving down on the way. Another great round for Bosco. It's put us a lot of pressure. The opponents have lost almost all of these rounds by a good amount.
So far, I believe we're playing very tactically.
Yeah.
Tactically. Because we get onto site really quickly, using our utility and aggro pushing together as much as we can. And then post-plant usually is where some teams fall apart.
Yeah.
But in our case,
A lot of teams get too aggressive and try and they overextend, but we had 3 playing off site and they just left JT on site to delay as much as he could, and they ended up pushing off of his picks, and it shows that they're adaptable. Like they're not just doing one thing. They
Right.
do a lot.
Max is pushing.
Walking all the way across the road.
Oh.
Pushes up but can't quite get him.
It seems like after that kill, Max probably made the call to let everyone know that they should back off.
Yeah, Matthew getting a pick mid there against the enemy team Opper clears up a lot of space, and Jason is actually alone on A side, trying to get a lurk up.
Ooh. Now that confirms 2 people B side. I think. Oh,
Jason
never
gets
mind.
picked off. It's a 2v5 here. But we do have 2 ults. Maybe we could see some clutch coming in.
Viper ult coming down.
Coming in. Matthew just trying to take as much space as he can here.
I think Matthew's goal so far is just to delay as much as he can.
Yeah.
So much utility coming out towards Matthew. And spraying through the smoke. They're trying to find him lucky. Oh, that's 1. That's 2.
That's 2 shots. I'd be wondering why he's looking at the ground, but when you're in the Viper ult, you can actually see farther, and he gets the 6-man ace. Matthew just taking everything into his own hands. This is his first game on Varsity, and he comes out getting a 6-man ace. That's impressive. It's definitely a statement saying that he's here to stay on Varsity, and he's here to play.
Okay, so it seems like the enemy team is going to be taking their tactical pause right now. Currently, for the game, we're looking very good.
Yeah, I mean, you have to take a pause after one player killing your entire team, even after rezzing one.
Not even just one player. Our Viper.
Our Viper.
Now,
it's not one of the duelists. It's
right.
not one of the bigger, like you would think, the ones taking the fights. It's our Viper getting in there and getting the picks.
I think that the more and more Matthew's probably going to be playing with the team. I know that offline, a lot of these guys are friends, and
Yeah,
Matthew,
great chemistry.
Kaysen,
They play
Max.
together a lot offline.
But to my knowledge, I don't think Matthew plays Viper a lot, or controller in general.
I know on JV he played the duelist role.
Right.
And you can definitely see that playstyle coming through in his Viper. He's confident enough and he has the aim to take these fights it's important to have a controller who can still do things with their gun.
Yeah. Now we're coming back to the game, but you can definitely see that Matthew coming off that duelist role, he still has that energy. He's not afraid to take fights.
Yeah.
And that's what got him that ace. He peeked into an op that last round and won.
Full confidence and just took him out. JT here, still one of the first ones in, even with his op.
One of those no fear moments.
He just knows how to play his duelist and knows that he needs to make that space. He did Max and Kaysen both getting kills. Flank goes down and it's just another round where they just go straight through the site and just take everything.
Within seconds, we have an entire site and easy kills. Now it seems like Viper is spot on that flank.
Yeah. This Varsity team is very good at really explicitly taking the sites and not giving the other team any time, any space to trade or do anything.
Might just be me, but I don't think that tactical pause helped.
No, I mean, it looks like... I mean, Varsity, a big statement, just coming right through after that tact pause and not changing anything and still doing just as good.
Yeah, I think that it's a good show of if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean,
if pushing A site keeps on working, then just keep on pushing
They're gonna
it.
keep doing it. And Max says the IGL, he knows this. He knows, like, there's no need to change things. If something's working, he'll keep doing it. Still keeping it unpredictable here, not pushing A every round. They're going for a more aggressive B take. With, again, JT getting a lot of space even with his off.
Now it seems like the enemy Viper and the Sage Wall are coming through to try and deny us from this site. But I think we've spotted it and we're still
taking a lot of space here.
Still taking the site.
So old for the other team coming in. Not getting anyone though. Max just keeps trying to get that plant down, but the other team keeps throwing stuff at them.
Now it seems like a lot of the enemies are committed towards this site.
Res.
But we're gonna be peeking through the Astra wall. I mean the Viper wall.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
Oh my.
Great show of skill from Max here. Able to take out everything. It's like he accidentally started planting the spike. Maybe he thought he got the kill there. But another round win and very convincing round win at that.
Yeah, it's another show of confidence because we saw that their Sage, their Viper, their Reyna, their Jet, there was a lot of people that were committed towards
all of their slowing things, and we pushed it anyways. That's a big statement saying we're not scared and we will take the site. Like after a round like that where the other team dumped all of their stop slowing util and they had a Sova ult, like what, and they still lose, like what do you go from there?
Yeah. Seems like we're switching back to the A full 5-man push.
Max getting 2 there.
Take flight.
You see, even our more supportive agents are still getting
Right.
these opening frags, getting the kills, opening up for the team.
Trading kills, even though we still have an advantage.
Reload.
This guy getting picked off here.
One
2.
enemy remaining.
Yeah. I think from the opponent's point of view, that was very scuffed because it was just 1 kill, 1 trade, 1 kill. It was so many guys dying solo without getting traded from their team, and pushing us 1 by 1 doesn't really think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I mean at this point the other team looks a little frantic in their plays.
Right.
Looks like they don't have any set strategies anymore, and they're just they're falling into Varsity's rate of play, which Varsity is so good at. Which is this fast, really aggressive, taking fights.
Again, leaning towards A, all 5. Kaysen, full pushing up.
Running in, taking that space. Max across the rope again. And I mean, you could see like
In an instant.
the opponents even stacked more. They had, I think, 4 near the site. You could see the red X's on the map. There's another one there.
One
Guy
enemy
getting picked off. It's an uncomfortable angle for not.
3v1 for the Viper. it's really not looking good. There's not much that he can do now
Even now in the 3v1, even though it's 9-1, you
Yeah.
see Varsity still holding their angles and not giving them anything. Even though they could all
Last
just
round
go
before
out,
the switch.
I mean possibly throw the round, they stay disciplined and let the enemy come to them.
Now, during this last round before the halftime switch, I don't really know if there's anything.
Like what can the other team do
Yeah,
at this point? It's
the-
10-1. Varsity clearly has the momentum here, and they don't intend on stopping, so it's gonna be
Another A lane.
Get out of my
Yeah.
way.
Aggressive with the knives.
JT with the knives and the off getting picked off. You get
Spike
two picks.
down
Looks
A.
like they probably 5-stacked A.
Max picking off one.
Just slowing down a little bit here, trying to see if they can get anything for free.
You will not kill my
Jason
ally.
getting
Pick.
one. Has to get
Backing
out of
off.
there.
Catches one. Oh, they know that they have to fight for the spike here
Still a
because
4v2. Res came in from the other enemy stage.
Reloading.
Max looking very low
Last
here.
player
Tries
standing.
to get something. Yep.
Yeah.
Picked off.
so this was actually pretty smart from the opponents. 5 or 4
sides.
stacking it. I'm pretty sure it was at least a 4 stack.
Yeah.
And staying true to the site, deciding that they couldn't fight A. They really couldn't win it. So they just decided to straight up stack it.
Yeah.
And
It worked, but
It worked.
I mean, it looks like it's coming a little too late having the
Yeah.
score being 10-2.
yeah, I think had they noticed or tried that a little earlier, they might have been able to snowball a few rounds from us.
It looks like a pause coming in for Varsity here.
Yeah. So another pause coming down. I'm assuming now. Currently, the score is 10-2. I think if we can secure this round, it should be able to snowball us. Still, the next 2 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, if you win the first round,
Yeah.
it'll be 11-2, and then you can force up for that second round and get the gun advantage, which turns into 12-2, and then you're at match point. All
Right.
you need is 1 round, and then it's over. So this is a very... If Varsity wins this round, then the game is basically sealed.
I think I think mainly this is what we're gonna try and do. There's really no coming back from this.
Yeah.
Let's be
there's-
honest.
Looks like the teams are both ready. We're going to get back into it here pretty soon.
Yeah, it seems like we're ready. Now, usually, A gets stacked round 1, but it seems like
Looks like we have 2 in the middle. Looks like they might try and push down 2, and then they have Matthew solo holding B.
now I think this is probably what the call is. They're probably going to assume that they're going to push A. A is the most common push off the round, off the pistol round.
Yeah.
And they're going to have an instant 2-man
Yeah, we're getting
flank.
aggressive straight through mid and in A main. Not giving them any space, trying to slow them down. Yeah, we have a very quick flank coming from one.
Perfect.
Guy getting 1. And then we have Sova and Sage on the flank. I think 1 trade's coming out, but they got 2
Spike
there.
down. Attacker spawn.
And that's what they
One
needed.
enemy
It's
remaining.
now a 4v1 as Sky gets another. Matthew coming up from the flank from B as well. And just completely
They're just
closing out the round in a 4-1.
It was a perfect call. I feel like they knew that JT and Kaysen would be able to fight sight, full confident to try and slow them down, while we had the 2 mid using that Viper wall that
Here.
Matthew puts up.
Matthew puts up to help them push all the way up
Here.
mid and fight that flank.
This is gonna be fun.
Now this time we're going to be defaulting a little bit better because we know that we have the gun advantage.
Except for Sky pushing up very aggressively right away. Looking to push the advantage. He's already up into their spawn. Gets 1 already.
It seems like the opponents are going to
Trade's
be
coming out.
pushing down mid.
They're getting the plant on, but Matthew's still hitting on sight here.
Spike planted.
Now it's just converging
One
from all
enemy
sides
remaining.
onto the last couple on site, and there is another round where only one died.
That's
Now, I mean, Varsity's at 12-2, and it's basically unwinnable
Reloading.
for the opponents at this point.
yeah. I think we also have a lot of
Match
sheriffs,
point.
which are I mean, a sheriff is enough for you to want to fight.
And I mean, it looks like the other team forced the last round, so they're gonna be broke this round as well. So it's really a full strength team against
Here.
someone who's gonna be half buying
Here.
or buying sheriffs and stuff. So
Here.
it's gonna be. It's not looking good for the
It's
opponents.
really not
and
looking good.
Varsity is looking like they're gonna
Here.
have a win on their first map here in the semifinals. Again, getting aggressive.
Blocking sight.
Jet v Jet. Decides to back out a bit there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there. He got pushed, but it was smart to reposition and not take the fights again. Looks like the other team's getting on site.
Now it's a 3v3.
3v3. Both teams are on pretty equal footing with their
Spike
guns.
planted.
Matthew finds when I was watching the flank. It's 2v3.
One
Kind of
enemy
converging on
remaining.
both sides. It's a 3v1 and it's looking pretty tough.
And the rain is stuck.
Getting the last kill on Max with a 3K in that last round, closing it out. And it was very convincing win for Varsity here.
Now flee.
Yeah.
Defenders win.
As you can see, 13-2 is
Reloading.
a very promising score.
Yeah, yeah.
For a future best of 3, I think that
Puts a lot of pressure on the other team after losing a map by that margin.
yeah.
The mental going into the next game is not good. And looking at the scoreboard, if you put it back onto this, all the top 4 players, or all of Varsity's players from
Right.
Bosco.
And our bottom frag, which is Aiden, still had 7 assists, the most assists in the lobby.
Yeah, it just looks like he didn't get many fights. He was 4-4.
Yeah.
7
It's
assists. He had
hard for you to get fights as a Sage if your
and
entire
he
team
has-
is just dueling.
I mean, look at him. He has 7 plants there. He's definitely doing the things that have to be done for the team.
Yeah, I think with Matthew being brought onto the team, a lot more of our players can complement each other, and play a lot more confidently.
Yeah, I mean, let's look at Matthew. He's going 19-4. He
Yeah.
won like 90% of his gunfights that game, and he's second place next to right under the captain Max, above the 2 duelists even. Like, it's very, very good as his debut game going into a varsity.
I think Matthew will probably be playing smokes from now on for varsity.
You might see him play some other roles depending on the map and what the team needs to be filled.
Right. But this also loosens up Chia Kaysen to play a lot more aggressively, even though, as you saw from previous matches or the few that we have recorded, Kaysen was fearless on the Astra
Yeah.
to take fights and make those plays happen. And now that he's on a duelist, an agent who can do it without being traded,
he has
or
the most freedom to really do what he wants, and
yeah.
that's kind of the idea. They're trying to get Kaysen and Sky in there Sky's opening up space and allowing Kaysen to make those big plays and get the multi-kills.
Yeah, even though they weren't above, like they weren't top 2 on the leaderboard, it didn't really matter because they were doing their job at giving space.
Going 11-9, and
Yeah.
every single round you just saw he was always the first. Look at him with 5 first bloods. He's always getting in there first, and even if he dies, he gets traded out immediately by Kaysen or Matthew or whoever's behind him, and he just opens up a lot of space and puts a lot of pressure on the other team.
Right, and as you can see from the opposing team, they're very tight together in
I
score.
mean, yeah, not giving them anything. If you look at them, they all have 14 deaths, which means except for 1 round, every single one of them died.
Right, and that was probably one of the rounds that
That they won.
they won.
Yeah.
But looking forward, I think at the rest of the season, or this matchup, because it's best of 3.
Yeah.
It's looking promising.
It's looking good for Varsity, yeah. Looks like we're going to be hopefully heading into the finals here if we can take this second map.
Yeah. I think the second map I think will be Ascent, defending side. But if you want to see that next map, we will be putting out the video recording of the second part of this matchup soon.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. You'll see. You'll definitely it'll definitely be up there soon. But today's game against Don Bosco Tech. Usually in the past we've gone pretty close to them, but with the addition of Matthew Parsons from JV,
It's looking really good for Varsity.
it's looking very, very good.
Hopefully we'll be able to get into the finals next week against Mater Day. That'll be a
Yes.
great game.
That'll be another great game. We have played Mater Day in the past, as the solo broadcast was shown, and I'm very confident in next week's game.
Yeah.
But that will be it for today's game. If you want to see the next game, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Coach Elijah Carbon.
Yeah, I'm Coach Thermo. I'm Brandon.
Yeah. And have a good one.
Yeah, thank you for watching.
Good night.